Hi, my name is Kay Sutha. I am a business strategist and I will be your host. In this podcast, I'll be getting raw, real, and relentless whilst interviewing successful entrepreneurs from all over the world who specialize in different aspects of business. We'll cover the 5 main pillars of business, which are sales, marketing, finance, operations, and leadership, but not forgetting mindset, live and digital events, plus much, much more. You will gain insights, tips and tricks, and discover jaw-dropping actionable steps that you will be able to put in place for your business right away. Guys, oh my goodness, I am so excited to have your next guest here on this episode today. Our next speaker is Dawna Campbell. She has helped people around the world live the life they desire and deserve. She is a #1 international best-selling author for Financially Fit, Living the Secrets to an Abundant and Prosperous Life. She has been a financial advisor, managing principal of an investment firm. She now mentors and empowers heart-centered business owners and entrepreneurs like you to realign your inner balance to gain infinite prosperity. With over 25 years of experience, she has shared the stage with notables such as Lisa Nichols, Dr. Joe Vitale, Sharon Letcher, and Kevin Harrington. She has been featured on Fox News, NBC, the Los Angeles Tribune, Yahoo Finance, and Roku TV, guys. She is here today to share the hidden universal secrets that earned her the title of the Mind Whisperer, for creating instant results to step into your power and gain infinite happiness and prosperity. Everyone, please welcome Dawna Campbell, CEO and founder of The Healing Heart. Dawna, it's such a pleasure to have you here today. How are you doing?
Good. And thank you so much, Kay, for having me here on the Uncensored Society Podcast. I'm so excited, and this is truly an honor for me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for being here. It's amazing to have you here. Now, I know there's so many little nuggets, golden nuggets that you're going to be giving out to people today. And I'd love to hear, and I know my audience will love to hear, where you got the name the Mind Whisperer. How did that begin? But before we get into all of that, what I really like to know is a little bit of what you were doing before you got into business and why you got into this type of business in regards to mindset.
Right. When I was growing up, I became incredibly passionate about helping people and their children have opportunities that I didn't have, because I grew up near the poverty line in Silicon Valley, and that had such an effect on me. I wanted to make changes so everybody had the ability to have infinite prosperity. So I chose to become a financial advisor. And as a managing principal, I was responsible for $500 million of other people's money. Wow. And what that happened for me after a decade was my health broke down from the stress and the worry and the pressure. Yeah. And I wasn't able to digest food for 2 years. And after seeking out medical attention for that amount of time, I turned to natural healing and learned that there was something in my outside world I couldn't digest because I wasn't digesting food on the inside. And what I discovered was the infidelity of my marriage and the amount of anger I was processing that destroyed my health. So my relationship ended as well. And I wanted to uncover more. So I moved to an ashram, lived there for a year to learn about some of the secrets that we are as energy beings, physics, meditation, all of those things, because I knew there was a mind-body connection based on my own story. And when I left, I was unemployable in the financial services world because it was during the global recession. So I was left financially devastated being a single parent with 2 kids.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
This was all within 4 to 5 years. Yes.
So I can say that you've had, a lot of ups and downs on your journey for sure. Yes. Okay. So I heard that you have this uncanny ability to be able to discover, release, and transform stuck energy. What does that mean?
So our subconscious, this is what I've learned over the last 25 years. Our subconscious records everything from the moment you're born to the day you exit this earth as a literal event. And it's always assigning the feelings and emotions to those different events that gives us an operating system. So it creates an automated response system. Well,
Right.
the problem with this is our awareness is less than 10% of this process happening. So if
Right.
we were Albert Einstein, scientists measured his brain and his conscious awareness was right around 10%. Well, I'm not Einstein. However, what that says is the other 90%, we don't know the emotions and feelings that got stuck to the events that created these
Right.
patterns.
Mhm.
So, through studying with medicine women, yogic healers, Buddhist monks, I learned how to put this process together to uncover what it is, where you want to go, how you felt about it, how you feel not having it, where it's stuck in the body, and then what the originating event was where the energy got encoded. And then from there, I use a technique called pivot and shift to change the frequency of what you were feeling. So if you were in anxiety and depression, for example, you might need, generosity or love. We can shift the feeling, the vibrational energy in that moment associated with the event and create a different operating system for you to live by. And when you revisit the event, it has a whole different feeling and connotation to it. The event is the same, but how the perspective is, it's totally different. So it's going to send out different energy signals to the world to attract back what you want. So we can discover what the blocking energy is that's stopping you from having a life of infinite prosperity. We can transform it by changing the vibrational perspective of what happened to the event and unstick that subconscious part. And then we discover, release it, and then transform it into the new energy that's needed that's going to move you forward. So what we're doing is we're aligning how you feel in the heart with the thoughts in the mind, so you get 100% results all the time.
Awesome. Now, with some people that's listening to this, they might be thinking, okay, this isn't real. What do you mean energy in my body and releasing energy? Right?
Uh-huh.
So would you be able to
Yes.
explain a little bit what that means and what that is all about? And also what that means when it comes to the business world? How can people implement that in business, and how can it change it to being more successful?
Right. So we are two things where we believe that we are, if I go back to physics, particles, because we have density, we can touch, we can feel, it feels real to us. But we also have a divine essence, and it's a wave pattern, it's a frequency, it's an energy. And you are both of those things. Now, the energy is also your feelings and emotions because you can't touch them. You feel them, but they're not tangible. So it's unseen. So that's what I mean by energy. So just like you're getting ready to drive a car, your car is like your thought. And in order for your car to go forward, you got to put in the proper fuel. And different cars take different types of fuel. Some do take a tangible energy like gasoline.
Right.
And there's different grades of gasoline and diesel, but some of them take electricity. Electricity isn't tangible. You can't touch electricity.
Right.
You can turn on the light, you can see it, but you can't feel it necessarily unless, I don't know, maybe if you put your finger in a light socket.
Right.
But that's what our feelings and emotions are. So we want to make sure that that's in alignment. So what does this mean for business? If you're trying to expand your business, go to the next level, and it's just not happening, then there's probably an emotion or a feeling that is stopping that from happening. You put it in the wrong fuel to the thought. So we would say, I want to expand my business and create more money.
Yeah.
Well, why do you want to create more money? Well, I have children. There's a lifestyle I want to live. They're going to go off to college soon. I want to do some things. Well, how does it feel not having the more money? Well, I'm frustrated.
Right.
Well, first, frustration is the blocking energy because you're sending out signals that no matter what I do, I'll be frustrated. So frustration comes back. Although you're asking for more money, which should be happiness, prosperity, abundance, wealth, but you send out frustration. So there's a mismatch. So what we do is we uncover where that blocking energy got stuck in the body, the originating event, what you needed. We change that frequency, and then you do exactly what you need to do for you in creating. And the next thing you know, the more money's right there and it's just flowing in, and you didn't do anything different but change the fuel so it was in alignment with the thought.
Right. And I'm assuming that you can do this in your personal life, your business life. You can implement it in every area of your life, right? Wherever you want to see success. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Okay. So my next question to you is, what makes you, or what qualifies you as an expert in this field?
Well, besides being my own first client, making sure that this worked on myself with the people that I was studied with,
right.
They also ensured that I knew how to do this on and with other people. So I have 12 years of a practice internationally of working in the private sector. So it doesn't matter the culture, the country, we all have a lot of commonalities, but this process works. And it's just the time frame that I have spent learning, studying, putting it together, and with the other natural healers that I have worked with. And so I have the results, I have the testimonies, and being an expert in this field, that's what I do in uncovering what those patterns are for you, because I'm in your space. I'm using laws of physics. I'm feeling like you. I'm thinking like you, but I can see those patterns. And some of it is just innate gifts that I was born with because I've always done it this way. And I look at everything backwards to how most people look and think. Logically, people think 1 + 1 = 2. Right. But I'm like, well, 1 = 1 plus. We might have 24 over here, but the answer is 17. And then it's right. Because I think in different ways. I think in a different pattern.
Okay, awesome. And is there something that you can teach, or do you have a principle that you can teach our audience today that they can immediately apply and get them going?
Yes, absolutely. The first step is awareness, and awareness is the key. And I mean awareness by how you feel. So set a timer on your phone, and every hour, every 2 hours, take a mental break, stop, check in with yourself, and see how you currently feel. If you're in the energy of stress or worry or pressure, make note of that, because we get to working and then it builds up and we forget to check in because we're constantly doing, we're constantly in motion. So this is bringing it back to the beingness. We want to make sure of our awareness. So you would write that word down on your paper. And if it's not a happiness, kindness, love, generosity, balance, peaceful type energy, write it down. Take the next 2 to 3 minutes and ask, what is the opposite emotion of this? So if I'm in fear, maybe the opposite emotion is love. If I'm angry, maybe the opposite emotion is happiness. Right. And once you discover the opposite emotion, which is step 2, step 3, what I want you to do is breathe. And when you breathe in, you're breathing in all the oxygen and the things that are really good for the body. And when you breathe out, you're breathing out the carbon dioxide, all the toxins and the things we don't need. So you're going to look at your 2 words, say it's anger and happiness. So when you breathe in, you're going to breathe in happiness. And when you breathe out, you're going to breathe out the anger. And you're going to think those words. So happiness, anger. Right. Happiness, anger. Set a timer on the phone, do it at least 3 minutes, and it's going to change the body physiologically to reset the stage. It's going to bring you more focus and more clarity. You can go back to your task at hand. It's going to unfold even faster, and you're going to get through your work better, faster, in a different energy. And you're going to be more productive because that blocked energy, when you feel it, is going to dissipate out of the body, and we're inviting the new vibration in. So that's one thing people can do on themselves. It's a little bit longer process than just the instant change, but it's a step in the right direction.
And do you know what? I'm going to give that a go, because one of the things that I have a challenge with is being impatient. I am so impatient, right? And I need, and do you know what? Saying that, I'm like, I need instant gratification, right? So I'm going to be doing these exercises thinking, what's changed? well, it happened yet, right? But it is about progress and taking it a day at a time and making sure that you implement those habits, right?
So
And
maybe the opposite word for you, instead of feeling impatience, you can breathe in gratitude of the moments.
Okay.
So that might be an opposite word for you.
Yeah, definitely. I will have to give that a go because I have been searching for something and I'm like, how do I become a lot more patient person, right? And you need to have patience, especially in business. When you're growing your business, scaling your business, you need patience. There's going to be so many things coming at you. And so I am definitely going to give this a go. Thank you so much, Dawna. So my next question to you, you mentioned testimonials, bringing clients results. Now, do you have a few recent testimonials that you can share with us today?
Yes, I do actually. Several of them are listed on my website, and a lot of them are videos, some of them are written, and that's also on my business Facebook page. There's a whole listing of them as well, but they're in all different categories. A lot of them are in the health category because health is something that is measurable and that can be changed really quickly versus something that's more energetic as an emotional feeling or even sometimes monetarily. Okay. So one of the testimonials is from Mark Yusovic. He called me. He had a surgical procedure in the hospital. They were getting ready to release him, and the doctors weren't going to release him because he started developing new symptoms of some things, and he didn't know what was going on, and he couldn't breathe. So last resort, he called me, and within an hour, we got the energy shifted and changed. He passed all of his next round of tests and was released out of the hospital the next day. We did do some follow-ups, but in his testimonial, you'll see he actually credits me with saving his life because he really thought he was going to cross over and go on to the next realm. And now he's back out on stages doing what he loves to do. He's here for a while. So that's one of the things as a result that can happen for people. And it's his video testimony. Others is in categories of relationships, others with finance. They all share that way. Various people. Drew Berman's one of them. Leah Sigel is another person where they're like, we don't know what happened. She talked about this process. We said, why not? We had some doubt, some skepticism, and then it worked like magic. So here we are. We don't know. It's magic. And that's what you'll find in the testimonials.
Oh my goodness. That is awesome. Like going from one extreme to another just by shifting your energies. Like, guys, this actually works.
And it's permanent. It's permanent.
It is. So you don't have to, you got to keep doing it a day at a time, right? You don't just do it one time and then that's it changes.
On whatever the issue is, when the frequency changes, it's a permanent change and it shifts everything in all areas of your life. Now, there might be different events that same emotion got associated with, but for the event that it was and how it shifts and changes, it's a permanent change.
Oh my God, that is amazing. I had no idea myself that it was a permanent change. And you know what? That makes me want to go and do it even more. I'm like, okay, I got to make sure that, I gain some sort of patience. I'm going to do exactly what you have mentioned today. It needs to be done, especially if it's a permanent change. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Thanks for actually bringing that to our attention as well, because I had no idea. And I'm assuming a lot of people don't either. So that's pretty cool. Now, where can people go to, maybe you get some free additional support from you? And if people want to kind of just test the waters, where would they go?
There's a couple of places. Okay. So in the United States, what you can do is text the word manifesting to 26786. And that's going to connect you to a consultation call with me, connect you to all of my social media, and various other things that come with that. Okay. The other way, because I know we're outside of the United States, is if you go to my website at dawnacampbell.com, there's a list of meditations that you can listen to that talk about this exchange of energy. If you wanted to do it from a meditative standpoint, there's different programs that are listed there. As well, it gives you my contact information. You can book that same complimentary 30-minute consultation with me that I do offer everybody. So all of those resources are the same on the website as it is the 26786, texting the word manifesting there.
Okay, awesome. Now, thank you so much, Dawna, for coming on to this show. I've loved having you on here. I've learned so much as well from what you've been saying about energy. And I've got to be honest with you. In the beginning, when you started talking about energy and shifting it, I've got to be completely honest with you, right? I was like, oh, this sounds a bit too woo-woo for me, right? But after you've explained how this can change in different aspects of your life, and how it can change your business, just feeling good about yourself, and just implementing it in different areas, I can see how this is really quite important. And, you know, what energy actually really means for yourself. And putting the right energy out there, that means you're going to be a magnet to the things that you really want and you deserve. And so I'm now kind of in the perspective of, holy crap, I've got to do this. Why haven't I been doing this already? Right. And so I've got to say thank you so much for coming onto the show and explaining all of this, gaining that little bit of understanding as to why this is important. I've taken so much away from it, and I know my audience will be taking a lot away from it as well. So thank you for being here, Dawna. Thank you for your time and listening to Uncensored Society Podcast. All resources mentioned throughout the episode will be added to the show notes, and you'll be able to find them at the bottom as you scroll down. Don't forget to go ahead and subscribe and leave a review in iTunes. Thank you once again.